Mercedes-AMG Interview Lounge.
Please welcome to the show, mystery artist Felix Semper.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to be. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here.
Well, happy you are here.
Yes.
So you brought this crate into our apartment, and if you look at my Instagram now, I just put up the unbelievable piece of art he created for me for my birthday, thanks to Alex. It's Frida Kahlo, my favorite artist of all time, but it's in paper form, like an accordion. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
She is. Yeah, she's really one of my favorite pieces.
And Felix brings these actually just big chunks of paper to life through his art. And you've been on with Wendy Williams. We've been on. And a lot of celebrities. They follow you.
Yeah, they follow me. They bought my art, and I'm very happy and very thankful for that. I love sharing my art, and I love seeing a smile every time. Every time I show my art, you see a big smile, and I make people happy, and that's great. That's awesome. Yes.
So Felix brought a lot of examples of his stuff, like these sneakers and a couple of other things into our studios today, and you can go to Instagram and see those as well. The look on people's faces when you realize it's just a little shoe, and then you pull that shoe, feet into the air, and it's like an accordion. It's like a slinky.
But it's like Brody said, you can't even see like the lines where you would pull the slinky. Like it just looks like a damn shoe.
It looks like a solid, like a rock almost, like a solid piece of
art.
Well,
and when it's closed, actually, it is like a rock. I mean, you can bang it and you will not break it. I mean, it becomes fragile once you open it up, and once you see the layers of paper, then you can rip it apart if you wanted to. But once it's closed, you can beat somebody with this thing.
It's dual purpose.
Let's get started. So I said, Felix, we're going to be on the radio, so you have to describe what it is you do to someone who can't see.
Yeah.
Right.
So explain what this is. And you can, like I said, go to @Elvis Duran on Instagram. You can see it in action.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, basically, well, I'll tell you how it started. I used to work in a print shop, and I used to work in the back. I used to be the graphic artist. And then I used to go to the back when I didn't have anything to do in the front and cut paper. And as I was cutting stacks of paper, and I would see the shift on the movement on these papers and create forms. And that was always in the back of my mind. I said, you can definitely create, some kind of image with this thing. So one day as I was being creative, and I said, I want to create a sculpture, but I want something different. So I started gluing sheets of paper together, solid into a block. So I created this big block of paper that it was solid like a tree, and then I started carving on it. So as I carved on this paper, I soon realized that I could definitely shape it. I could make it look like stone. I could do anything I wanted, but there wasn't a wow factor because it was just a solid block. So I said, how do I do this? So it took me a while. It took me over a year to kind of figure out how to make it move into the dimension that it is now. And once you open this shoe now, and actually, the way I tried it, I went to Washington Square Park, and I had my Bill, the film guy that does all my stuff, and we just stood there, and then I was kind of laying my sculpture out. It was my first sculpture was a cigar guy, and I laid it on the ground, and I just kind of wanted people to look at it. So people would walk by and look at the sculpture and kind of say, that's pretty cool. So as I started to take the cigar out of the guy and then move his head, people were just like freaking out. Just started hovering around me,
It's the strangest look on people's faces when they discover what this sculpture can do.
Crazy.
It's a movable piece of art.
Yeah,
so great.
Yeah, so after that, I knew that I had something unique, and so after I just started creating different things, and what inspires me is things that are around me on a daily basis. I do cereal boxes. I do, for example, for this show, I made the Cheetos, and I did it with Elvis and Frida. Which.
Look at that.
That's
wild.
I mean, honestly, you cannot see a darned line.
Right.
How is that possible?
You really have to go look at it on my Instagram and check it out. But so how many sheets of paper are in one of these?
Yeah, for example, this one probably has 3,000 sheets of paper.
Wow.
Like Elvis's Frida has over 7,000 sheets of paper.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge, and she's heavy.
Do these things take you to make? Like Elvis's Frida.
Yeah,
How long did that
Elvis's
take
Frida
you?
took me several months to create.
Wow.
And it's a labor of love. You really are there, not for the instant gratification, but for the long haul.
Now, look, you know what? We love bringing artists to you, not only musical artists, but art artists as well, the visual arts. As you know, we brought King Saladin to you with his Money Bear, and we have things going up with him. We have our friend Callan, who's coming in from Canada. We're going to do some stuff with him next week. But right now, with Felix Semper here, I remind you, and this is a great conversation to have with Gandhi, she bought her first piece of art this weekend. And people think, oh, art. Well, I can't afford art. Well, yeah, you can. There are great ways in every city in America that have art shows and things, and you can get great stuff that speaks to you for little or no money.
Right.
Well, maybe a little money.
Right. I mean,
money.
like the artist fairs that you see in the park, if you just take a couple minutes to walk through, they have the coolest stuff. And they're all kind of starting and trying to, spread their wings and get out there. So you can get it at a pretty good price. And I love it. Love it.
And art is something you're going to have forever.
Oh, yeah.
You
Hopefully.
put it on your wall. It inspires you. It reminds you of the day you bought it. It takes you places. Your friends come in. They love it. So don't be afraid of art. Because, look, you're out there making ends meet. Maybe skip a couple of meals and go buy something for the wall.
It makes me happy. Like looking at it in my house.
If you look at history, for example, when in France, when Gertrude Stein and Picasso was there, Gertrude Stein would give advice to other people, collectors, wannabe collectors, say, you either buy clothes or you buy art. So, she bought art, and obviously she's, in history now.
So the question is, to everyone listening, what's up on your wall right now? Like, what do you have on your wall?
Man,
is the stuff on your wall? Is it stuff that inspires you? Is it stuff that brings back memories? Everything on your wall shouldn't be a wasted space. And if anything, you could paint your own murals on your walls. You can create your own art. You can do whatever you want. It's not a tattoo. Yeah. It's not permanent.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I need to paint a wall.
Do what you want.
My husband won't let me paint a big shoe on the wall, though.
Why not?
Seriously.
All right. So, what does art mean to you?
Yeah,
Felix.
Well, art for me is an expression of my feelings, of my being. It's like just expressing what I see around me. It's art. It's just another extension of myself.
If you ask Ariana Grande the same question, she'd basically say those same words. Yeah. That's what artists are all about.
Yeah, I mean, that's you express your feelings, you express your emotions, and I get a lot of people that when I had my last show last year in New York, I had people that came in and would walk around my gallery and would just at the end they're almost crying. They were like with happiness because it just blows them away.
Yeah, there's so much to learn from art, and you learn stuff about yourself. As you're attracted to different pieces of art you thought you'd never be attracted to. So anyway, Felix, thank you so much for coming in here.
I'm very happy. Yeah,
at Felix Semper on Instagram, or you can see some of our movable art on my Instagram right now, and just link over and follow him. We love a good slinky.
Yes.
What do you call a slinky or an accordion? What do you
can call it a slinky art. You can call it a stretchable paper art.
Stretchable paper art.
Yeah, stretchable paper, flexible paper. It's all kinds of stuff.
It's great having you, and thank you, Felix.
Thank you very much.